if you're paying down the line of credit, using it to live off of, paying down the line of credit, using it to live off of, and you know you have this emergency surplus, all of a sudden, does that negate the need to have as much emergency savings? And what I mean by that is, like, because my income fluctuates so much, let's say we've got $100,000 in an emergency savings account, and I got $50,000 in gold and silver in a safe deposit box at a bank that does literally nothing except for check off the libertarian merit badge that I had to have by owning gold and silver. Like, does it make more sense? Hey, liquidate this all, pay down the mortgage or the business debt or whatever, and then replace that with a line of credit that you can draw on as needed, because a safe full of gold and silver at Chase is not making you a penny. Like, what do you think about kind of getting a little bit closer to the fringe of not having a ton of emergency assets if you live this methodology?
I mean, in regards to precious metals, that is definitely not my realm. I can understand why you may want it, because at some point, if everything becomes a trade in terms of like hard assets, I mean, you're using literal dollars as toilet paper. It won't mean anything to anyone. So, can I see some validation in terms of having really more silver than gold, just because I don't know who's going to be able to trade a bar of gold,
right?
Where silver is a lot easier to move around.
I'll introduce you to some people.
I mean, look, if that makes you sleep well at night in terms of having some, varied instruments in terms of what holds value, more power to you. But let me kind of finish, if you don't mind, I'm going to finish with this family in terms of the final piece. But they their emergency fund was in the neighborhood of 150 grand. But by utilizing this line of credit, their emergency fund just went up to $800,000. I just 5X their emergency fund. So what can you do with the cash that you have on hand is pay off some of these other things. So that's where my whole mind goes in terms of why just hold on to cash, utilize it, make it move. There's a reason why it's called currency. It has to flow. When you just leave it in a checking account, leave it in a savings account, the banks have designed this so that you stop moving the money and they take your money and make it move for their benefit.
True statement.
Plain and simple. I mean, do you know what the term mortgage means? Have you ever looked it up?
Go into debt for 30 years for a house that you're trying to impress the Joneses with? I don't know. Is that no?
The word mortgage is a French term which means death pledge. There is a reason why mortgage has the same root word, M-O-R-T, as mortuary and mortician. This system is set up for you to make payments until the day you die, or you're going to die trying. But now that I just shared with you the key, you can see a different way to do this. You pull all the money back into your economy and then figure out how to make the money move within your economy and screw the banks with it. I mean, that's the whole thing here. So just to finalize the last piece in terms of this family. So now that $150,000 emergency fund just got ballooned up to $800,000. They still had about $120,000-ish of student loan debt, which was costing $4,600 a month. We take the line of credit, pay off the student loans. So if you want to think of it as a balance transfer, that's all we did. But now we just freed up another $4,600 a month from the cash flow. So $4,600 there, an extra $1,600 because we recast the mortgage. And now utilizing the line of credit month one because of moving that debt inside is costing $750. But the net change is $5,500 a month.
Yeah. Which, of course, they can always pay down on the principal. They can pay it down in chunks. It's not like the debt goes away. It's just a better way of managing it for cash flow.
Correct.
Hey, this quick interruption is brought to you by me, Scott Groves, the host of the On the Edge podcast. This podcast is brought to you by me. I'm a loan officer who can help you with a mortgage in all 50 states across the United States. I also coach loan officers. So if you are a home buyer who's looking to get a mortgage, if you're a realtor who's looking to partner with an awesome loan officer, or if you're a loan officer looking for coaching, get in touch with me. It's those sources of revenue that allow us to produce this podcast and get out a new episode to you every week for the last couple of years. So if you're looking for a mortgage, if you're looking for a mortgage lender to partner with, or you're looking for a mortgage coach, I'm your guy. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.